Well, the evolution of the Canadian gas and LNG sector is a fascinating one. We have internationally world leading reserves of natural gas. So we have a tremendous capability internationally to supply natural gas to different markets. We also have markets in Asia and in Africa who are very hungry for this energy dense resource. And so we have a tremendous opportunity, in addition to the fact that recently, in the last couple of years, we have a very disappointing and terrible military dispute happening in the Ukraine, and Russian gas has been curtailed to Western Europe. And so Canada has been a focus, rightly so, of these Asian countries and of Europe to be a provider of LNG, of natural gas. But because of a number of challenges, one of which, of course, is technical, you can't simply build LNG facilities overnight. But that market has to start somewhere. The old adage is that a seed planted today is the tree of tomorrow. And so we need to, as a country, in my opinion, develop a pan-Canadian strategy to develop those natural gas resources, distribute those to LNG plants on the coasts in a way that respects the environment and the communities that are in and around those projects. And the fact is that Canada does that very well. We have a regulatory system that is perhaps overweighted, but nonetheless is one that internationally shows a lot of fitness when it goes to environmental stewardship, recognition of Indigenous rights, of community opportunities. There's a lot of unionized workers that work in this sector. And so Canada is really a world leader in the development and distribution of natural gas. But because we have some political uncertainty in certain jurisdictions, we have a problem when we can't get that product to the jurisdictions that so desperately want it. The Progressive Contractors Association of Canada is a network of construction employers, construction and maintenance employers that work across the country. And our membership consists of some of the largest construction companies in Canada, all the way down to small and middle-sized companies. What's unique about our model is that we have a unionized model. The union that we deal with primarily is the CLAC union. And so for many major project owners in Canada, in the oil sands, in the petrochemical sector, in the forestry sector, in the LNG sector, et cetera, have a desire to have an organized workforce. And so the companies I represent have that organized workforce through that union relationship. But what's really interesting about that relationship is that it's collaborative. Instead of having an old style relationship where the union and management fight each other and turn the workplace into a battleground, the relationship that our members have with the CLAC union is a productive, cooperative, collaborative relationship. And that completely changes how the workforce presents itself on the work site. There's more productive, it's more harmonious. And that collaboration exists up and down the value chain. So not just between union and management, but also between contractor and owner, and between the overall work site and government regulators. And so we believe, and this is demonstrated by history, if you look at the oil sands, for example, the phenomenal success of this model has really grown the oil sands, and is certainly the case for the LNG sector, the petrochemical sector, the pipeline sector. So we're very proud of the model that we have developed as a group of contractors with our labor partner CLAC, and we think that it really has a lot of relevance for this emerging natural gas and LNG sector. Yeah, the Canada Gas and LNG Exhibition and Conference is a critical place for a variety of stakeholders to be, whether you're an owner, a supplier, a contractor, labor relations, unions, and such. Everybody needs to be at this conference because it has tremendous subject matter content in the technical side of the conference and the strategic side of the conference, but also in the exhibition floor, you have a chance to interact and network with your industry peers in a way that is really unparalleled in this market. Certainly there's other international conferences to go to, but here in Canada, this is the place to be this spring.